Welcome. Before stepping into our project site, there's one rule above all: safety comes first. This induction will take you through the essentials. Follow carefully. Every guideline is here to protect you, the workforce, and the success of this project. I am John, and I will be taking you through this safety induction. First step: Visitor Pass. The process begins at the gate. Every visitor must sign in and collect a pass. That pass is your permission to be here. Wear it where it can be seen at all times. Do not share it, do not borrow one, and return it when you leave. You must remain with your host or escort. Entry without a valid pass is not allowed, no exceptions.
Hello everyone, I am Lisa. John, today we will learn about how to work safely under any project construction site.
Yes, Lisa, we will mainly talk on two topics: hazards and precautions, do's and don'ts. Let's start with working at height.
Let us learn how to stay safe during any work where a person could fall from one level to another and cause injury. Example, ladders, scaffolds, rooftops. We will understanding about hazards and precaution during the working at height safety, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various hazards?
Yes, Lisa. Let me explain about the hazards during working at height. Falls from ladders, scaffolds, rooftops. Falling objects or tools. Weak or unstable surfaces, wind, rain, heat. Lack of edge protection or guardrails. Slips, trips, and missteps. Incorrect use of PPE, harness, lifeline. Electrical hazards, overhead lines. Fatigue or lack of concentration.
Thank you, John, for explaining the hazards. Let us now understand about the precaution during working at height. Ensure workers hold valid working at height certifications. Use fall protection system, harness, lifeline, anchor points. Inspect ladders, scaffolds, and PPE before use. Ensure guardrails and toe boards are in place. Keep working surfaces clean and dry. Secure tools and materials to prevent falling objects. Avoid working at height in bad weather. Provide training and supervision for workers. Ensure proper lighting and visibility. Ensure a dedicated rescue team on standby. Maintain clear communication system. Follow permit to work system for high-risk tasks. Now we will understand about do's and don'ts during the working at heights, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various do's?
Yes, Lisa, let me explain about the do's during working at height. Do as much work as you can while you are on the ground. Do make sure that the employees can safely move to and from the area where they are working at height. Do ensure that the equipment that you're using for the job is strong, stable and suitable enough to get the job done. Inspect and maintain them regularly. Do be careful when you are working near to a fragile surface. Do ensure that you are protected from falling objects. Do make preparations for emergency evacuations and rescues.
Thank you, John, for explaining the do's. Let us now understand about the don'ts during working at heights. Don't overload the ladders that they are working on with equipment or materials. Don't try to reach too far when you're on a ladder or stepladder. Don't use ladders or stepladders to do work that entail heavy or strenuous tasks. Only use them to do work that's quick and light. Don't allow incompetent workers do any work at height. Don't lean or place the ladder on or fragile upper surfaces. Don't stay quiet when you feel someone is compromising their own safety or the safety of others. Hey, John, now we will learn how to stay safe during excavation and trenching work.
Yes, Lisa, let's start first with hazard and precautions of excavation and trenching work.
Let us learn how to stay safe during work involving digging, trenching, or excavation near pipelines, cables, or underground utilities. We will understanding about hazards and precaution during the excavation and trenching safety, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various hazards?
Yes, Lisa. Let me explain about the hazards during excavation and trenching. Collapse of trench walls, cave-ins. Contact with underground utilities, gas, electricity, water. Falling objects or materials into excavation. Hazardous gases or oxygen deficiency in deep excavations. Flooding from groundwater or rain. Workers or equipment falling into trench. Heavy equipment operating too close to edge. Vibration from traffic causing collapse. Poor access or egress, no safe ladders or ramps. Inadequate shoring, shielding, or trench support. Lack of inspection by competent person.
Thank you, John, for explaining the hazards. Let us now understand about the precaution during excavation and trenching. Obtain and follow a valid excavation permit. Identify and mark all underground utilities before digging. Provide proper shoring, shielding, or benching. Keep excavated materials at least 1 meter from trench edge. Test atmosphere for hazardous gases or oxygen levels. Provide safe access or egress every 7.5 meter. Install barriers, fencing, and warning signs. Control water accumulation, pumps, drainage systems. Maintain safe distance of heavy equipment from edges. Conduct frequent inspections by competent person. Provide proper PPE and prepare an emergency or rescue plan. Now we will understand about do's and don'ts during the excavation and trenching, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various do's?
Yes, Lisa, let me explain about the do's during excavation and trenching. Do inspect trenches daily before work. Do use shoring, shielding, or benching. Do keep spoil piles 2 feet from edges. Do use proper access ladders every 25 feet. Do check for water accumulation. Do identify underground utilities before excavation. Do assign a competent person for supervision.
Thank you, John, for explaining the do's. Let us now understand about the don'ts during excavation and trenching safety use. Don't enter unprotected trenches greater than 1.2 meters deep. Don't allow heavy equipment near trench edges. Don't ignore cracked or sloughing soil. Don't jump across trenches. Don't allow workers to stand under loads. Don't store materials at the edge of trenches. Don't work during heavy rain in open trenches. John, now let's learn how to stay safe during ladder use.
Yes, Lisa, let's begin with hazard and precautions of ladder use.
Let us learn how to stay safe during ladder use. We will understanding about hazards and precaution during the ladder use, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various hazards?
Yes, Lisa. Let me explain about the hazards during ladder use. Ladder slipping due to unstable surface. Overreaching causing falls. Using damaged or defective ladders. Electrical contact when using metal ladders. Falling objects from height.
Thank you, John, for explaining the hazards. Let us now understand about the precaution during ladder use. Ensure ladder is placed on firm, level ground. Maintain 3-point contact at all times. Inspect ladder for cracks, loose rungs, or defects before use. Keep ladder angle at 4:1 ratio. Use non-conductive ladder near electrical work. Do not overreach, move the ladder instead. Secure ladder at the top where possible. Now we will understand about do's and don'ts during the ladder use, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various do's?
Yes, Lisa, let me explain about the do's during ladder use. Properly set up and use the ladder in accordance with safety instructions and warnings. Wear suitable footwear with non-slip soles. Center body on the ladder and keep belt buckle between the rails while maintaining a firm grip. Haul materials with a line rather than carry them up an extension ladder. Use extra caution when carrying anything on a ladder. Climb facing the ladder, move one step at a time and firmly set one foot before moving the other. Maintain 3 points of contact whilst working from a ladder. Have another person help with a heavy ladder. Have another person hold the ladder while you are working on it. Move materials with extreme caution. Be careful pushing or pulling anything while on a ladder. You may lose your balance or tip the ladder.
Thank you, John, for explaining the do's. Let us now understand about the don'ts during ladder use. Don't stand on the top 3 steps, including stepladder top of a swing back, stepladder, or the top 3 rungs of an extension ladder. Don't climb a closed stepladder. Don't climb on the back of a stepladder. Don't stand or sit on a stepladder top or tool tray. Don't climb a ladder if you are not physically and mentally up to the task. Don't climb a closed ladder, it may slip out from under you. Don't place the base of an extension ladder too close to or too far away from the building. Don't overreach, lean to one side, or try to move a ladder while on it. Climb down and then reposition the ladder closer to your work. Don't exceed the maximum load capacity or duty rating of a ladder. Don't permit more than one person on a stepladder or an extension ladder. John, now let's understand about how to stay safe during confined space work.
Yes, Lisa. Let's start with hazard and precautions of confined space work.
Let us learn how to stay safe during any area with limited entry or exit not designed for continuous occupancy, example, tanks, silos, sewers. We will understanding about hazards and precaution during the confined space, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various hazards?
Yes, Lisa. Let me explain about the hazards during confined space. Oxygen deficiency, toxic or flammable gases, fire and explosion, heat stress, limited movement or entrapment, noise and vibration, poor visibility and inadequate lighting, falling objects inside the confined space, slips, trips, and falls, panic or disorientation due to poor communication.
Thank you, John, for explaining the hazards. Let us now understand about the precaution during confined space. Test atmosphere before entry, O2 gases, vapors. Provide ventilation and continuous gas monitoring. Follow permit to work system for confined spaces. Use appropriate PPE, respirators, harness, communication devices. Ensure a standby person with a rescue plan is present. Isolate hazardous energy sources, log out, tag out, LODO. Provide continuous training and supervision. Monitor temperature and humidity. Ensure proper lighting for clear visibility. Limit noise exposure with hearing protection. Establish and communicate. Now we will understand about do's and don'ts during the confined space, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various do's?
Yes, Lisa, let me explain about the do's during confined space. Do conduct atmospheric testing. Do ventilate the space before entry. Do use an entry permit system. Do assign an attendant outside the space. Do use proper PPE including harness. Do maintain communication at all times. Do have rescue equipment ready.
Thank you, John, for explaining the do's. Let us now understand about the don'ts during confined space safety use. Don't enter without gas testing. Don't work alone inside confined spaces. Don't block entry or exit points. Don't ignore alarms or detector readings. Don't remove ventilation during work. Don't use ignition sources in flammable spaces. Don't exceed occupancy limits. Hey, John, let's understand now about how to stay safe during lifting operation work.
Yes, Lisa. Let's start with hazard and precautions of lifting operation work.
Let us learn how to stay safe during lifting operation, any operation using crane, hoist, lifting equipment to move load. We will understanding about hazards and precaution during the lifting operation, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various hazards?
Yes, Lisa. Let me explain about the hazards during lifting operation. Crane overturn or collapse. Falling loads or dropped objects. Swinging or unstable loads. Equipment failure, wire rope, hook, sling. Pinch injuries. Unauthorized personnel in luxuria. Weather conditions, wind, poor visibility. Inadequate training or certification.
Thank you, John, for explaining the hazards. Let us now understand about the precaution during lifting operation. Obtain and follow a valid lifting permit or plan. Use certified lifting equipment and accessories, SWL, clearly marked. Conduct pre-use inspection of crane, slings, hooks, and shackles. Keep unauthorized persons out of lifting zone. Assign a trained banksman or signalman. Maintain clear communication, hand signals, radios. Monitor weather conditions and stop work in high winds. Provide load properly with slings, shackles, and tag lines. Establish and communicate a clear emergency or rescue plan. Now we will understand about do's and don'ts during the lifting operations, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various do's?
Yes, Lisa, let me explain about the do's during lifting operations. Operator must check the hoisting equipment and jib crane daily before operation. To be familiar with operating controls, procedures, and warnings on the unit. Do make sure hook travel is in the same direction as shown on controls. Do make sure hoist limit switches function properly. Do maintain firm footing when operating hoist. Do make sure that load slings or other approved single attachments are properly sized and seated in the hook saddle.
Thank you, John, for explaining the do's. Let us now understand about the don'ts during hoisting operation jib crane. Do not lift more than the rated load. Do not use hoist load limiting device to measure the load. Do not use damaged hoist or hoist that is not working correctly. Do not use hoist with twisted, kinked, damaged, or worn wire rope or chain. Do not lift a load unless wire rope is properly seated in its grooves or unless chain is properly seated in chain wheels or sprockets. Do not use load rope or load chain as a sling or wrap load rope or load chain around the load. Do not lift a load if any binding prevents equal loading on all supporting ropes and chains. Do not apply the load to the tip of the hook. Do not operate unless load is centered under the hoist. Hey, John, now let's understand about how to stay safe during hot work.
Yes, Lisa, let's start with hazard and precautions of hot work.
Let us learn how to stay safe during hot work, any task like welding, cutting, or grinding that produces heat, sparks, or open flames. We will understanding about hazards and precaution during the hot work, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various hazards?
Yes, Lisa. Let me explain about the hazards during hot work. Fire and explosion. Flammable gases, vapors, and liquids. Sparks igniting combustible materials. Burns and heat stress. Toxic fumes and smoke inhalation. Eye injuries from UV light, sparks, or hot metal. Oxygen-enriched environment, increased fire risk. Poor ventilation. Noise from cutting and grinding. Lack of fire watch or inadequate supervision.
Thank you, John, for explaining the hazards. Let us now understand about the precaution during hot work. Obtain and follow a valid hot work permit. Inspect work area and remove combustible materials. Use fire-resistant blankets or barriers. Provide adequate ventilation and gas monitoring. Use proper PPE. Face shield, safety goggles. Heat-resistant gloves. Flame-resistant, FR, clothing. FFP3 respirators for fumes and smoke. Keep fire extinguishers readily available. Assign a trained fire watch during and after work. Limit noise exposure and use hearing protection. Now we will understand about do's and don'ts during the hot work, and we can carry out the work safely. To begin, John, can we explain about various do's?
Yes, Lisa, let me explain about the do's during hot work. Wear required personal protective equipment, PPE. Protect other workers from flashes. Have an adequate fire extinguisher readily available. Provide fire watch if needed. Remove combustible materials from the vicinity of cutting and welding operations. Secure all connections, couplings and fittings on your rig. Inspect equipment before use. Contain sparks and slag created by welding or burning operations. Protect welding leads and burning hoses by covering or suspending. Store gas cylinders upright with the valve end up. Separate oxygen and acetylene in storage by 20 feet or a 5-foot, half-hour rated firewall. Clear debris from work area after work is completed.
Thank you, John, for explaining the do's. Let us now understand about the don'ts during welding and cutting. Cut or weld in an area with oily rags, dust or other combustible material nearby. Weld in an area unless other workers have a welding screen to protect them from the welding arc. Transport bottles with gauges installed. Use worn cable. Use worn hoses. Wear clothes of synthetic fabrics. Assist anyone cutting or welding unless you are wearing eye protection. Leave your area of work without notifying others of the burn hazard. Work in an area that is not grounded. Weld or cut hot tanks or pipe without proper precautions. Run welding leads and burning hoses through doorways. Attempt to transfer compressed gas from one cylinder to another. Use valve protection caps to lift cylinders. Remember, every hazards and precautions and every do's and don'ts count to stay safe.